Hello, this is Nine Kasiredi from Wicket Wonders, and Darshan is out due to personal reasons. But today I have another guest, Shayon Chakraborti, and he's a future cricket player who wants to get into the USA Under-19 team, and he currently plays for the zonal team. So Shayon, can you start by introducing yourself and the role that you play on the cricket team?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Shayon Chakraborti, and I would classify myself as kind of like a spin bowling, power hitting batting option. Kind of like goes number five, number six, and hits like a quick 30 off 13. That type of player.
That sounds great, Shayon. So it sounds like you really are an explosive player. So could you talk me through your highlight innings of your life, the best innings you've played, and and how you encountered it?
Yeah, sure. So the best innings I played actually came in Dallas. So in Dallas, we had these 45 over kind of red ball leagues, and I actually ended up hitting 243 off 112 not out. And so basically that innings kind of consisted of 24 sixes and 11 fours. So I wasn't really doing much hitting along the ground, as you can kind of tell. And yeah, so that innings kind of marked a shift in my batting career. Like I started playing with more confidence and stuff and just really trying to hit the ball out of the park, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, that score is an amazing score, and every youngster admires that innings that you played. So I really wanted to talk about life outside of cricket. So outside of cricket, what do you recommend to youngsters who are coming up struggling with girls and parties along with their cricket career?
Yeah, obviously it's a big part of like teenage life and I've encountered my fair share. I obviously won't go into personal details because my coaches and selectors are watching this, listening to this podcast. But yeah, I mean, I've had my fair share of those kind of parties, those girls always like wanting to kind of distract you and take you away from the game. And then one thing I've found is that you should really stay focused on your workouts. Like you have your cricketing aspect, but if you can focus on your personal goals in the gym and stuff, like honestly, like I'm so dedicated to the gym that at one point I would just work out with any bag and like rocks I could find just to kind of get that personal fix of yes, I went to the gym today. And it was just those kind of like little moments to keep you focused and like on track to meet your goals. Is that's kind of the thing that I would recommend to youngsters who are trying to stay focused on the game as well.
So you mentioned using a bag of rocks. So one thing which I was always telling the players in Tompkins Cricket Club was that make use of whatever resources you have, and that was inspired because of you. Because I know when you went to India and you had limited resources as you didn't have access to a quality gym. I know you lifted up rice bags and you put bricks in your backpack, started doing hammer curls. So I just wanted to know what motivated you to do that, because you could have taken the easy way out.
Yeah, I mean obviously it was just a lot of kind of my love for the game and wanting to stay in shape and kind of make sure that even though I was out for such a long period of time, I could come back and still contribute to the team. And also, I will say another important workout that I did was so obviously, I'm sure you're familiar with batting. One of the most important muscles in batting is actually the forearm. So I would suggest doing a lot of forearm exercises as well. So that's kind of what I got up to in India, basically. So those hammer curls, and I would do forearm exercises as well. But that kind of falls into being resourceful again, as you were mentioning for your Tompkins Cricket Club. I think maintaining kind of that discipline and rigor within like kind of pushing everyone for a better environment and saying, okay, let's play more competitive cricket. That's kind of that idea that you should try and attempt to bring into that circle.
I like that answer, Shayon. So another thing which I noticed with the cricketers in this generation is is the issue of crumble cookies. I know a lot of cricketers in this day and age don't look at their diet as much, and they consume a lot of crumble cookies. So have you had your fair share of crumble cookies, and how can you stop that addiction?
Yeah, so actually I've never had crumble cookie. So
Really?
but yeah, I know, surprising. But I'm assuming you're talking about kind of desserts in general, right? And kind of that kind
Yeah,
of
it's sweet
yeah,
category.
yeah. So that kind of just falls into that staying disciplined kind of umbrella that I was talking about earlier. Kind of just staying away from those foods, staying consistent with your workouts, hitting the gym, hitting those forearm exercises. hitting the nets, and kind of just staying disciplined. Like right now, like I'm sitting in my room and I'm looking at a sign with like my hundreds and hundreds of medals, and at the top of the sign it says "Never give up." I think that's kind of that mentality that these modern cricketers need to have, especially like if you look at Rishabh Pant, like he got in a fiery car crash in his Mercedes S class going 100 mile an hour down like whatever Telangana freeway or whatever, crashing into the median. He was out. He was down and out for the count basically. And then he comes back, he never gives up, and then he finally makes it to the big stage again. I think that's that sort of mentality that these younger cricketers need to have.
Thank you, Shayon. That was really inspiring. Knowing about like what you thought about that inspiring journey for a cricketer. So now I really wanted to focus on the cricket club's influence on the journey and whether it made a difference in your career.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, I don't know where I would be without Tompkins Cricket Club. So basically, these past 2 weeks, I've been in India actually, in Mumbai, training at NCA. And basically, all my coaches have asked me, where did you develop such a high quality Um, technique, right? And then, so the first thing I mentioned was Tompkins Cricket Club. First thing I mentioned. I told my coaches, where would I have been without this Tompkins Cricket Club? Because of the weekly sessions that we have, kind of working on this, like with these high quality, like Coach Vijay, Coach Hari, our coaches that come in and kind of give us those feeds, give us the feedback that we really need to succeed. So obviously, I think Tompkins Cricket Club has been my grassroots, and it's developed me to the point where I am, and kind of it's always been my inspiration. Because like as I grow and like, because I think I'm at what 10K, 15K followers. As I grow more and more in fame, I will always make sure to keep that tag in my bio, that at Tompkins Cricket Club, because I always need to remember my roots and kind of stay grounded, stay humble, and remember where I am from.
Thank you for that, Shayon. So another thing which I really wanted to focus on is that the type of bat that you would recommend for new players, which is like one of the bats that you use as a young player and that gave you a lot of power when you were hitting the balls.
Yeah, so I think for the younger players, the younger generation, kind of the SS Gladiator is a perfect option. It's kind of that nice balance between being able to time your strokes on the ground nice and slow and soft and steady, and then really speeding up your strokes and hitting it really hard, and then kind of being able to finish that line across the boundary. I think that's a really strong aspect of the SS Gladiator. However, one thing to note is that two people on the same team cannot have the SS Gladiator. It has to be a one person bat, because once if two people have that bat, there's kind of this like jealousy and anger that happens that I've seen. I'm not really sure why, but that's kind of what I've been seeing lately from the teams and like the people that I've been around who use the SS Gladiator.
Wait, similarly, I've also noticed this too, because I know within my cricket team, I know whenever someone had the SS Gladiator, they would always get jealous if someone else tried to purchase one. So I do relate with you on that fact. And I also wanted to look into what you think about your following at the cricket games, because I know wherever you're batting or bowling, you do seem to accumulate quite a crowd, mainly consisting of females. So I want to know, is it mainly because of your social life outside of cricket, or just the way you bat?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's kind of a combination between my good looks and my batting skill. Like obviously I know I'm like a kind of like a Chad Light 8.5 on that scale. And like also the way I bat, it kind of like I know the phrase is a little bit inappropriate, but like it almost turns people on, and like but like not in like like a sort of weird way, but like it kind of activates their brain like, oh wow, this guy's a batter, like this guy knows how to play the game of cricket. So I think like when you combine my good looks and the power that I bring to a cricket field, I think naturally, obviously some crowds will form, which is totally acceptable. Like I've gotten used to it. Like ever since I was like 8 or 9, like since I was 8 or 9, I've been playing under 17 cricket, and kind of I've always played like 2, 3 age groups above my age. Like even since then, I would have just massive crowds, like crowds of people like chanting my name, and like it's just kind of something you get used to. Like obviously I sign autographs, take pictures, like try and remain humble, But yeah, I've something I've just gotten used to lately.
Thank you for that, Shayon. I do agree with your good looks. And now I really want to focus on the team culture of whatever you were playing and what you think about players, which include Sara Mohamed Khawaja, Mihir Vital, and Navir and Dak. Because I know these are players which you've encountered in your cricket journey, and they've also been people who I've interviewed on this podcast. So I want to know what you rank them as and who your favorite cricketer is.
Yeah, so as for rankings, that is tough. I've had my fair share of battles and encounters with them as my cricketing career has progressed. I'd say in terms of ranking, I'd go Dakshit Rajapandian as one. Kind of the way he bowls is just I don't think there's a better word to describe his bowling other than spicy. It kind of just the way he bounces the ball. It like it's just the way it nips off the surface. That's kind of such like I haven't encountered that before. I mean, obviously I hit him for a couple sixes because like he never could really get me out. But like in terms of like comparing him to other bowlers I've played, he is number one. I think number two would be Navir Luchmedial. Like we were playing against him, he scored like a good 70 odd. I mean, obviously I chased it down, but like it wasn't really a problem. But he still batted well. I'll give him credit where credit is deserved. And then next, I would go Sara Momin Khwaja. I mean, very ordinary bowling. I'm just kind of ranking based off the list that you gave me. But he's actually a left arm orthodox bowler. And the very first ball that he bowled to me was it bounced three times. I don't know if somebody told him that cricket is played, how cricket is played, but he bounced the ball three times. And so obviously I hit it for six. But then I told him, leave the ground. Like I was kind of sick and tired of him.
Wait, can we
So
keep
he,
this mature? Because he's also a fellow cricketer who's also established himself, so please respect him.
yeah, but I mean, his skill is just so far below what is the norm for what I'm used to. It's kind of I don't really think of him as a cricketer. I kind of think of him as like trash that I take out every Thursday. And then okay, fine, I apologize if that sounded a bit
But one
vulgar.
thing I will mention is that Sarum is part of the USA Under 19 team, and he has scored 133 on the international stage, hitting, I think, 17, 18 sixes. But you're just a mere minor league player. So I don't understand this rivalry between you as he's established himself as a much better player.
Yeah, I mean, I get the criticism that I'm just a minor league player, but at the end of the day, I am in Mumbai. I am training with the likes of Ajinkya Rahane, Chiteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli. I'm training alongside them. I actually have a training session with them this morning. Obviously, it's nighttime there, it's morning here, so I'm preparing to leave soon. So I guess yeah, you could say, oh, he's played USA under 19, but the thing is, at the end of the day, what matters is not the tournaments that you've played in, but the batter himself. So that's why I think I rank above him, and he's a very ordinary player. I don't know if you watched the highlights for his innings against Canada. Very ordinary, head all over the place, kind of playing rash shots. Somehow he got dropped like five times. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with his batting. And then Mihir, I have no words for Mihir. He's just all around atrocious player.
I agree with your viewpoint. I do see why you think that. However, I do believe all of you guys are great cricket players. But coming to the end of this interview as your cricket practice is approaching, I wanted to thank you once again for agreeing to be part of this podcast, and maybe we can collaborate in the future.
Yeah, sure. I would love that. I think what you're doing here is very great. It's a great initiative, interviewing plenty of some world class cricketers, other not so good cricketers. But yeah, I appreciate you giving me the platform to speak.
All right. Thank you, Shayon, and signing off.